Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with today's trading action. Now, just as we come through the end of the Asian market, just look at the US equity futures. Now, not much of a movement. If anything, a little bit mixed. Okay, now the NASDAQ minis down, S&P's up. It's a little bit mixed, right? And you're getting that sort of mixed signal across the board here on the currencies. There's no major sort of direction. But today's focus is on dollar CAD, right? Because we've got the Canadian inflation numbers. And you can see dollar CAD here, a little bit mixed, a little bit of a mixed bag, although it hasn't really gone too far either. And oil sort of down, right? It's probably going to weigh on the CAD a little bit. All right, just having a look at the technicals, and then I'll come back to the actual data. Just looking where the major currencies are, right? It's a funny one because everything is stalled. Now, I mentioned this yesterday. There's no major US numbers probably till Friday. So we're seeing all these instruments drift sideways. Sterling's going up. We had the RBA minutes today. They were a little bit hawkish, if anything, but that's sort of managed to drift lower, as has the Kiwi. Now, dollar CAD, it's sitting sort of pretty quiet around 136.25, but there is room for the downside. But we have to sort of keep an eye on what oil's doing. Dollar yen still sitting higher, as is dollar Swiss. Now, as I said, it's one of those weeks where we just don't have the dollar to give us direction. So you really need to come over and tune into your CAD crosses if you're looking for a potential opportunity around the Canadian inflation numbers. Now, we've got like the CAD is falling against most things. Aussie CAD, Kiwi CAD, CAD yen, well, CAD's gone up there. Euro CAD's higher, Sterling CAD's higher. And if anything, the CAD Swiss and CAD yen, CAD against the safe havens is doing a little bit better. But we do have some good trend lines here to work with, right? I'm enthused by Aussie CAD in particular. That is if we got stronger inflation numbers. Now, is there a trade for weaker numbers? Yeah, you could probably jump into like Euro CAD, Sterling CAD, or even CAD Swiss for that matter, might be an opportunity. So we've got a bit of a mixed bag there. I'll cover that in more detail during that live trading session. Now, if I just come back and get you in front of the data, this is the key part, right? You need to understand exactly what data's coming out. So now, like most central banks, they've started pulling out their own numbers. This is from a couple of years ago, but these numbers here are the numbers that we're looking for, right? So the year-on-year 2.7, the range is 2.4 to 2.9. That's the main number. The month-on-month is a secondary number, right? So make sure you focus on the key numbers. The pole 2.7, almost bang in the middle of the range there. So we're looking for some sort of variance to get the ball rolling. Now, ideally, below 2.4 has the CAD Canadian dollar falling, and above 2.9 has it rallying, right? So pretty easy to follow. You just got to look for the numbers as they hit the screens, right? And that's where you can sort of piece it together. Not much more to do, right? We just sit tight. We wait for the numbers to drop, and we see what's going on. Just keep an eye on the CAD pairs, right? You don't want to be, strong numbers. You don't want to be walking into the wrong pair. Okay, like a pair that has the Canadian dollar falling may not be so good, but weak numbers. CAD yen, Euro CAD, Sterling CAD, and strong CAD. Well, then Kiwi CAD, CAD Swiss, and Aussie CAD. That's pretty much the way to look at it, right? So anyway, I'll cover this in the live trading session tonight. Look forward to seeing you there. This is the first big release of the week, and it gives us a good little bit of insight into what the Bank of Canada might be doing. Plus, it gives us a number of days to potentially trade the direction and momentum that comes out of this inflation number if there is significant variance, right? So always come into these opportunities with a clear mind. I always come into them thinking, well, I'm not trading. I'll just see how it goes. But then the trade will reveal itself as we get going through this session. All right, guys, have a good one. All the best. Cheerio.